what does the International Week of the Deaf People mean to you and the wider deaf community at large in Uganda?
The International Deaf Awareness Week. To me, this day, this week, this is a moment where persons with hearing impairment or individuals with hearing impairment, they converge, they come together to celebrate their achievements, promote awareness, and advocate for their rights. This year's celebration will be hosted by Mbarara City under the theme, No Sign Language Without Human Rights. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Basing on that theme where you say basically no human rights without sign language rights. So I would like to know like what are the biggest barriers deaf persons in our communities are facing, for example, in accessing education, healthcare, and justice in Uganda. Like what are the biggest barriers and challenges that the people that have hearing impairments face?
Thank you so much. I appreciate the question. Honestly speaking, persons with or people living with hearing impairment, according to my own experience, truly we go through a lot. And one I would say is communication barrier. The accessibility to information is very challenging. Persons who are aware of sign language, those who are able to use the sign language interpreters available are few. And without provision of a sign language interpreter, it's very hard to access services, even holding interactions, conversations. It becomes very challenging, especially persons with hearing impairment once they're in the community. And this also causes them to miss opportunities. They lack the ability to access information necessarily in the community.
Well, that means communication is the biggest challenge faced by the community of the deaf. So I would like to know how does limited access to sign language interpreters affect participation in public services and daily life? Like how do you feel sign language interpretation limits or hinders your daily participation in the world's activities?
For instance, here at the campus, here at the here at the Makerere University, a lot of activities happen, and you realize that even if we have the interest to participate, you realize that within the environment, sign language interpreters available are few, yet the programs in place are many. So because of interpreters not being everywhere, it is very challenging for us to be there in these programs. Because even if I willingly want to take part in this event, there's no interpreter in place. So how do I participate there? So for us, an interpreter provided, that is very important. It's very key, very vital to us because we need them to access the information necessary in that activity. And this helps in bringing out our full participation in such events that are organized.
In this capacity, you are representing the deaf persons in the entire country. You're representing the deaf persons in all communities in Uganda. So I'm asking, how aware is the Ugandan society? Like, how do you feel the Ugandan society is aware about the deaf rights and inclusion? Like, do you feel Ugandans have enough knowledge about deaf rights and inclusion? Are they like minding about the rights? So, what is your say on the fact that the Ugandan society? Like, what is its take on the inclusion and deaf awareness?
Thank you so much. I appreciate this, a very wonderful question. Concerning Uganda, honestly, what I'm seeing on ground is that truly when you realize that there are policies that have been put in place for persons with disabilities, and in addition, I would say few of us are aware of our rights, and many times I would say there are those who are not aware of their rights. It's simply because of few capacity building um, programs that would be put in place. Uganda has policies on disability, and these policies that are in place, truly, the implementation is delayed. The right is there, the policies are on ground, but you realize that the implementation is poor. and this means that there is lack of seriousness.
So, what do you think? Like, what role should the government and policymakers play in strengthening the sign language interpretation and recognition? What do you feel the government should do better? Where should it improve? Where should it focus more? What should it do in particular to make deaf awareness common to everyone?
One, the government of Uganda, according to me, this is my own view, I am thinking the government of Uganda should be able to support the implementation of policies that help us understand and know our rights. Because if the policies are in place but they are not implemented, trust me, it's hard for the Ugandans, the people on the ground, to know what to do. The government should really be able to strengthen the development of should be able to strengthen the development. Yes, what I can say is the government of Uganda should put in place different programs, activities like workshops that that would really aid the learning to ensure that all the people living in the country are aware of their own rights.
All right, given the current state of Uganda, according to how you know how Uganda is, like the way job opportunities are scarce and stuff like that. So, what do you think are the existing opportunities for the deaf youth in employment, leadership, and innovation? Do you feel that deaf can compete ably with the rest of the people? Do you feel that deaf should be given special attention? What are the opportunities that you think are particularly for the deaf youth in regards to employment, leadership, and innovation?
About employment, trust me, opportunities are plenty. And a lot of times we're able to access these opportunities through existing organizations like Light for the World, which takes the responsibility in looking for opportunities available, advocating for us to have accessibility. And here at Makerere University and the community out there are policies in place that helps to promote inclusion. So these policies help to help to create awareness on how best to accept persons with hearing impairment have these opportunities that in existence.
Okay, according to your experience, how best can organizations, for example, this one, our the Ubuntu Disability Action for Development, UDAD, how best can it and other partners amplify the deaf voices in advocacy and awareness campaigns? How best can it, like, what best can it do?
Yeah, thank you so much. UDAD is an organization. The first thing I request from this organization is that, if possible, it should keep advocating and should be able to provide extensive support for implementing the existing policies. This can be through enabling organizing training programs for the community members. You can organize training sessions that are basically related to rights of persons with hearing impairment. And trust me, if this is done, this will help to improve and increase on our creativity. And this would be a very good initiative if you take it upon yourselves.
Yes, thank you so much, our guest. And you've seen, like, since you are someone with a hearing impairment, you've seen how they are treated, you've seen what they go through, you've seen how the society probably marginalizes them, how it doesn't like pay as much attention as it should to them. So what message would you like to send to all the hearing communities about building solidarity with a deaf person? What message can you tell those people that do hear so that they can harmonize and build solidarity with the deaf persons so that they can live together in this world? Because we're all differently able, people are special in their own way. So what message do you have for the hearing community?
Thank you so much for the hearing community. My first and vital message to you is that I'm kindly requesting you, please accept us, support us as well, join us in our struggle, be with us, work with us. Let's be one, let's work together. Trust me, if you leave us alone, that's when hardship comes in. We can't progress, we can't be so stable. We need you. At the same time, I'm requesting you, the hearing community, keep advocating for us. Look for different support for us. Let's make sure that you extend the advocacy, ensure we are all inclusive and we live in a very inclusive community.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bashir, for sharing your insights and experiences. Your voices remind us that inclusion is not a favor but a right. As we commemorate the International Week of Deaf People this year, 2025, I pray that we commit to breaking communication barriers, promoting sign language, and creating a Uganda where deaf persons thrive equally. Thank you so much, Mr. Chizito, as sign language interpreter.
You're welcome.
Yes, and I call upon all our viewers to follow you, Dad, for more conversations on disability inclusion and advocacy. You can find us on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.